To a very late Thursday night, early Friday morning, December 17th, and turning into December 18th, 2020. Let's talk some football and let's talk some college basketball and also some betting. It looks like the Raiders just kicked a field goal and they're up 27-24. The Chargers are getting the ball back. I have that going as we do this video. I'll probably be able to watch it and not record, obviously not post it on YouTube, but we'll see what happens. There's one thing I wanted to mention about this game. Derek Carr got hurt in this game. If you remove him from the list because he gets hurt and then refresh the score to, mid-game to try to figure out what's going to happen, it does bring the game down to like a 27-22 game and very close to where it is right now. Because right now it's 27-24. So, all right, that's football. We'll see if that game ends while we're in the middle of this video because it might. Look at that. Wow, that's what it would be if you pulled Derek Carr out of that game. So let's close football down. And let's talk about college basketball. This is the Google Sheet that you can subscribe to. There's a link up here. You'll have to get permission, I think, to get in here. I don't know, maybe that'll work. But I think it's going to ask for your permission to get in there. And I have a history of all my betting and stuff because I wanted to figure out, well, am I losing money or am I winning money? And the answer is I'm winning money. And I've lost money the last 3 days, but I've been winning money overall. And I have all the tickets. I pasted all the tickets. Some of them were online, some of them were in person. I pasted them all in here so you can see that they're all real. So this is just college basketball stuff that I've done in round robins because I like talking about round robins like I'm going to talk about in this video and also talk about the college basketball games from Thursday the 17th and then going into Friday. So there were some big wins here. I had a couple big payouts that have made me up $500 over the last 2 weeks. Risking about 400 and something, risking almost 500, making almost 500. That's pretty awesome. I'm super happy with that. I'd be ecstatic if that was the way it just continued to go on indefinitely. I'd be super happy with that. ROI of 100% every 2 weeks. Now, I don't need to make a living off just doing this. So, I don't care about big time money and stuff with this. I know some of you probably do, but just using this as a guide, this is interesting because of what I'm going to give everybody. I'd like to keep track of everything to see how we do because I do believe we're going to make money. Now, so that's the history so far. And I want to talk about the games in the round robin I had going today. So I had 5 teams today, and of course Texas Tech loses by a point, and North Carolina State was leading this game and then blew it and lost by 11, I think. So I did lose 2 here, but the other 3, if the Raiders hold up and win, I get 3 and 2 here. And on my $60 bet, I only get I would get $12.16. So that would go right here. The payout would be $12.16 if the Raiders win. And we're up a little bit even more because I didn't think I was going to win any games today the way it was going. It was funny. I know poor Texas Tech loses by a point. It was really bad. So went 3 and 2, didn't get a ton of games in. Well, what about the master list? Like, how could I have done better? Well, let's look at yesterday, or Thursday the 17th. Ended up going 9 and 3. Let's look at everything here. We went 9 and 3 and 6 and 6 on the spread. A lot of winning up here. Of course, I warned everybody stay away from Long Island University because there wasn't enough games played to judge this game, 1 and 2 each. So that's good. Then we don't have to worry about Long Island. Here's the bad loss, Texas Tech, and of course North Carolina State. And of course I had them both. But Loyola Marymount wins, Oregon wins, Creighton, Drexel, Wyoming. I don't know. Brian didn't get to the place of betting before this game happened. That would have been a nice one. Those are sort of reasonable lines. Look at that. You think, like, how could you have done with this, right? Like, what if everything that was a reasonable line, right? If you got in all of these, because this was what we were supposed to do. How many is that? That's perfect. That's 8, right? If you'd gotten all 8 of these and you put it in your round robin here, because this is really how I generally do it if I have a lot of time and want to put forth the effort to actually do this, is you grab the money lines here, right? All these. And I don't know, we probably would have taken Carolina plus 4.5 if we would have done this. We would have taken the money line. So I'm going to change this to minus 110 and say that this is plus 4. It would have lost anyway. So these 8, you would have had a loss here. You would have had a loss here, and everything else would have won there, right? So what if you had $100? What if you did your minimum $2 a bet all the way down? Let's see here. That's 244 bucks. How much is that? View, unprotect. You could have done. It's risking $180. If you did just 6s, 7s, and 8s, you end up going 6 and 2. So you'd lose money going 6 and 2 on that. What if you bet a little bit more? You'd still lose more money. So it's close, but no cigar, really. You needed to not have this team on the road. This was the problem, I would say, was all those other teams I think are home teams here, which are just more reliable. Every single one of those, except for Creighton, was on the road. Yeah, I mean, that one was also on the road. This one was a very, very close marginal game, so you could have left this one off. That's really what you had to do to make good money. So if you did that, and you only had 7 picks, and you did 4s, here you go. Here's a $128 bet that makes almost 46%. So that would have worked. You even would have made a little money if you just did 5, 6, and 7s and made a $58 bet there. So there was a way to win on. God, are the Chargers going to score a touchdown here? Oh my goodness! I think we might lose the football game. I might lose that $12. Funny. All right, anyway, so not a bad week from the algorithm standpoint. Of course, I pick nothing but losers, so never listen to me. Always listen to the algorithm. Let's talk about the 18th. And what we will do is we're going to hide stuff we don't care about seeing. And the Chargers are first and goal at the 3-yard line right now in overtime. And oh, you got stuff trying to jump in. Look like second down. All right. Am I not allowed to make a depiction of the game? I think that's against the YouTube rules. So I'll just talk about something else. The team with lightning bolts is very close to putting in a pigskin and winning that game. All right, so let's talk about the 18th here, and we do what we like to do where we go one by one. Of course, there are going to be updates for those people who subscribe, so you'll get the current ones tomorrow when this is updated. Games start around like noon. Noon, early games. So anyway, all right. Tennessee can't do anything with that line, -7. West Virginia can't do anything with that line, -50. What? Weber State all the way up here. Both these teams have only played 3 games. But it really likes Weber State plus 2.5, thinks that Portland State's not the very good team. So we're going to leave Weber State on there. Eastern Washington, Northern Arizona can't do anything with that line. Drake and South Dakota, reasonable line, but Drake is on the road. So they're really heavily favored to win. Both these teams have played 6 games. The money line is acceptable because they're on the road. But they are really heavily favored in margin, so they're going to leave them up there for a money line pick. Santa Clara against San Jose. Okay, not a lot of games here. It's 3, I know. The power percentage is really low for Santa Clara, so I'm scared of Santa Clara there. That's why they're not as strong. See how Drake is a stronger power percentage at 51%. So we're going to let Santa Clara go off this list. Georgia Tech and Florida A&M can't do anything with that line. Belmont and Tennessee, away -7.5. I mean, not a good power percentage. Doesn't really like it. No. Utah and Idaho. Utah's home, can't do anything with that line. Hampton and Howard can do something with this line. They're on the road, but both these teams are really, 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 really bad. It's a good line because it's saying Howard is just really awful. So maybe plus 1.5. We're going to leave it on here. VMI against Gardner Reb. Look at this. I like VMI plus 3.5 more than Hampton plus 1.5. I'll say that. Hampton's 1.5 here. Because their power strength is so low, I kind of want to move them off, but they're a potential if you want to throw them on a big round robin. This VMI, because they're a stronger team percentage, I like that better. Maybe even to win on the road. Tulsa and Northwestern can't do anything with that line. Tulsa, Tennessee Martin, and Southern Missouri State. Tennessee Martin, we've got them, but they've only played 2 games, so not enough. That's probably why it's overstating them. Yeah, I'm going to take them off because they haven't played enough games. Nevada and Air Force can't do anything with that line. Don't even think that line is deserving. Northern Illinois and Chicago State can't do anything with that line. Did the Chargers not score again? No, they're raising their hands, and they're saying Justin Herbert touchdown. Somebody put their hands up. This is funny. We lost our $12, buddy. Guys, here's what happened. This became a loser. Wah, 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 wah. 0. Sorry. Taking it away. And we're back down. All right. That's what I'm glad I hadn't won the other 4 games on that ticket because I'd really, really be upset if that happened. But I'm not because I already lost everything. That's why I like to either lose them all or win them all in one day. I don't want to go 3 and 2. All right. So San Diego State at BYU. They're home. They got a really, I mean, the line's not great at minus 357, but they're probably going to win. But just the line, I mean, where do we draw the line? Minus 300? I think we got to draw the line with that. I mean, I lost the game with Marshall. That was minus 300 that it really shouldn't have. That's a bad line to be putting in. So San Diego, let's take them out. Montana State and Washington State. We really like this. Even though they only played 3 games, plus 5.5, going to leave that on there. Then we've got Presbyterian, South Carolina. God, I can't believe the Chargers won. That's so funny. Presbyterian, South Carolina can't really do anything with that line. Don't think that line is deserving because Presbyterian's got a negative win percentage there. Niagara at Fairfield can't really do much with that line. Don't like their power percentage either. Central Michigan, Western Michigan. This is looking a little more reasonable. That's a good line, but they're away. So, they're also way down there. So, no, not good enough. Central Michigan coming off. How many more games we got? Utah State, Northern Colorado can't do anything with that line. Richmond minus 3.5 on the road against Loyola. Slight win percentage, but they're on the road. I don't like that. Western Carolina College of Charlestown. You get 3.5 with them, but they're on the road. They're slightly favored, and by point projections, could consider leaving them on there. North Carolina Wilmington, similar issue. Southern Illinois Edwardsville plus 6.5, but the power. This is a really close game. No, it doesn't really like that. Southern Illinois. Rhode Island at Davidson, super close. So get that out of there. I don't know. I mean, this North Carolina Wilmington. This is too close of a game. They're really just throwing that. What about the rest of them? At least this is up, but they're all on the rail. Look at how bad this is starting to look. I mean, I'm going to wait till the stats update tomorrow. But if you were to do something like this, you're probably going to lose because right now everything I've been coming up with is bad. So really, what you should do is you should look at the other games. Everything I said is probably going to lose. Right there. And everything else, and whatever I do tomorrow when we update the stats, will give us a little better look. Because we are going to continue to have days like this, 9 and 3. And if there's any way to avoid these away teams and do more like we're doing with our homes, how have our home teams been for like the last week? 57 and 17. Away 20 and 15. Our homes against the spread 37 and 35. Looking up there. I don't know. But I do know that good things will happen. Things will happen eventually. And there's got to be a way to do this. So when you see a list like this, you got to find out which strings you're going to grab from. Like this looks like a nice little run here. There's some homes here. Maybe we'll have a good run right in here. Like grab these 8. Or do 6s and 6s. I'll see what I'm going to do because looking back at the overall amounts, you can see that if we were to add some more days in here, and we want to say that on the 18th, I could wager $100 on 2 teams of 6, right? Or I'd call that 12, 2 teams of 6, 2 by 6. Or we'll set up 2 different tickets or whatever. Point is if I lost all of them, we're still fine. Still up 80% overall. So there's a lot. Really, you can have days and days. Like you can lose $500 more, 5 more days of doing, or doing it 9 days, doing it $60 at a time, which I'll probably do because we're not winning right now for some reason. I don't know why. Right? We'll see what happens today. And we'll update that as we go. So anyway, subscribe, guys. I hope you're winning. I know that we had a good run. I know that there were people who were watching us through this run here when the file was doing really well. If you look at each day, you can see that, right, 9 and 3, 26 and 6, 19 and 12. You can look at how the wins are. 5-4, 19-12, but a lot in a row. I don't know. I really will start digging into the cube and doing projection scoring probably this weekend. I will see what kind of break they have for Christmas. I know we're already at the 17th. I just see this more rolling out in January and being, fully functional and doing what's supposed to do with the projected scores. In the meantime, let's have some fun. Is there a pick of the day for the 18th? The answer is I didn't like a lot of what I was looking at, but Weber State all the way up here plus 2.5 against Portland State, even though they've only both played 3 games. It looks like Weber's much better than Portland State. So I guess that's the pick of the game is Weber plus 2.5 away. All right, good luck, everybody.